Alright, welcome Gerrit Oerlemans on the 19th of March 2021. I am of course still Yoshi Livo streaming 20 miles out of Liberland. And it has been some time since I streamed, although last time you were also my guest. That was on the 1 year anniversary of Honkler Hangout. But then this week, all of a sudden, just before I went to bed, it struck me and I remembered that the anniversary of EFL is on the 19th of March, which is today. So basically in the last 48 hours, I decided to go live for the first time since the anniversary stream of the 3rd of March. And I contacted you. You were, luckily for me, able to join me on such a short notice. So today we're gonna just celebrate the creation of EFL a little bit, because that's 7 years ago today. And we will take some questions of people in the chat. And of course, in case you have anything to announce to us, we will always like to hear some kind of a scoop, some first news or whatever. So first of all, Gerrit, welcome. Thanks for coming. How are you doing? How is everything in Corona terms? Because as you maybe know here, my mask is still, I'm still wearing, I still have to wear it here because there's a lot of regulation about it. How are you handling everything?
Well, I'm fine, Yoshi. And as you know, when you become older, the anniversaries become less and less important. I remember the first anniversary of e-Gulden. That was very special, and slowly it's the existence of EFL becomes more common. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, the first birthday is always the most difficult in a way. Eh? After the first one, it gets, and you get to the second and the third, and you at some point you expect a fourth and a fifth, you know. So yeah, so far so good in a way. Blocks are still coming out. The pre-mine, however, the pre-mine is still untouched in a way for 7 years. When do you think the Dutch will start to see the bigger picture?
This is a very good question, because I think they need a little help.
Yeah.
And this week I got 2 emails just about can you help me with EFL I once received, and these were small questions, and because there were only 2 emails, I spent, let's say, a quarter of an hour for each email. So that resulted in an impressive response, because they didn't expect such a response. And that's the comfortable situation we are in now. We don't have much attention, so we can spend quite some time to new people that rediscover EFL, and that's something that's this is quite new. Or quite recent that we get mails from old adopters.
And so do you think those people, did that coincide with the delisting of the Gulden coin from Lightbit, maybe? Is that...
Maybe, yeah. Although they didn't mention that. But I think it's the tension for cryptocurrency as a whole. That's more to do with it. Yeah. But no, it's that could be possible. You know more about that than I do, because I don't follow these colleagues that much.
No, yeah, well, I am in a couple of these Telegram groups, the ones that didn't kick me out. There's one called Uncensored So I'm still allowed to be in that one, but for the rest, I've been kicked out of the most because you try to work together, and that means that you have to mention that you believe a different project is better than theirs because of, for me, the specifications of the coin and just just how it goes. So that is my personal decision. You don't have to agree, but it should be able to exist, and then to be deleted every time and just ignored and pretended like it doesn't exist. It's putting us back in
that's
time.
funny that you that's funny that you say that, because in fact the main goal behind cryptocurrency is decentralization, getting rid of all the central powers that bind us. And if you don't want to cooperate as a community coin, let's say, with other coins, and you ignore them, or you try to be the only in a specific area, that's centralization again.
Mhm.
So I'm chasing for community coin cooperation, and that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to cooperate. I think we have the same challenge, and yeah.
Well, let's focus. Let's stay focused on EFL in a way. Let's not get distracted by it too much. Last time you
maybe.
spoke about community coins. You mention it again right now. You made any progress? Any more specific details to mention?
Yeah, well, last time we had a very vivid meeting with 10 attendees, and well, the point is that it is difficult to coordinate, because exactly what I was saying about the other Dutch cryptocurrency. Cooperation is key. I think we have all the same challenge, and there are many aspects involved when you bring cryptocurrency to the market.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only core development. Core development is only a tiny part. But there are many layers, and one of the guys involved, he's called Gugu Muk, and he's a DJ.
Okay.
And I was referring him to you because, well, the DJ is part of the media that's necessary to let the currency be known to the people that need to use it. Yeah. So you need somebody who
some exposure,
expresses this.
Somebody stupid enough to show his face in front of a camera. And
no, it's a profession, I think. It's
of course, but
you need to be good in it. I wouldn't like to be in your chair.
Well, me neither, because I've been out for over 2 weeks. But we can laugh about it. But it's an important part, and I agree with you that not enough people, or let's say it's underestimated, that it needs a lot more promotion. You need to see successes on a daily basis, not just with making a profit, but being able to...
Just think about it. How many core developers would you need, and how many DJs would you need in a team like you?
A lot more DJs,
I think so, yeah.
But if I get it right, then this group of 10 are all core developers. So now you need 100,000 DJs next to it.
Or that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's of course not only DJ and it's not only core developers, but it's marketing as a whole, but it's also philosophy, it's also academics, it's also mathematics, it's also functionality. And let's say core development is just the first layer. And we are all thinking about second level layers and third level layers. And they don't all need to be decentralized. And you can have small enterprises that specialize in, let's say, e-Gulden or cryptocurrency, like the BitTonics
But then,
we all
then we
know.
get
But
to that's the lightning channel you're now describing.
No. It's maybe Lightning is layer 1.5. No, I'm just saying use cases. What can you do with e-Gulden? The merchants, and everything that's in between. Help users with education. And the first attraction to cryptocurrency is from people that know how to handle the complexities of the lowest level. And the entire problem is left with these guys who are not really equipped mentally and skills level to promote.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, we will see. The thing is,
the
thing is, if you promote it, if you just do like I've been writing a little bit, but if you promote it, then I quit it. I quit it. Last time it was the last time, and it's now because it's the birthday of EFL, and maybe, sometimes I might do something. But what am I doing it for? Why am I promoting this stuff? I don't need to do it. So I think a lot of people that made some profit on a crypto, they don't want to speak out at all, because why would they? Then everybody knows they made some money, and who knows where crypto goes into the future, and then. But of course, you can just hire some marketing campaign and promote it like that. And that is what, here we go again, our other Dutch crypto has been able to attract a lot more people than EFL. But in the end...
They do it in a different way, and they are making more noise. So well, that explains things. That doesn't mean they have longer life expectancy.
Well, the thing is, it's just a normal, in my opinion, that this NLG coin now went down again 50% this week, and we are now from the all-time high of 15,000 Satoshi on 20, I believe, today. So that's 750 times less in Bitcoin. And it's for me a normal way of how the price should evolve, because we are still only halfway the emission of their coins. So who's gonna buy those coins if you cannot even buy half of them, because they're still stuck in the protocol in a way, So I've been predicting it since forever, and it doesn't matter how many people participate, it still has to make that move. And that is the economics behind it, is something that the people don't want to talk about for some reason. You cannot prove it because it's a feeling and opinion. It's not a science, but yeah.
No, but the people I speak to, let's say through email, they are genuinely positive. And let's say if you are behind a project which takes 7 years, it takes quite some breath. And you cannot expect that from everybody, and we are in that situation. You see all media that we did use, they are slowly, let's say the first forum, it went just about dead after 1 year. That's the lifespan of such media.
Yeah.
And we had Slack, and we had
Discord.
we have now Discord. That stays alive longer, but because we have quite a few layers there, and the core layer is just weekly discussion about individual progress, and the same will happen with community coins. But in the meanwhile, we are learning, and in the meanwhile, an infrastructure that's there and that will be there when when it's really needed. So, well, let's say if cryptocurrency does make a major move, the infrastructure is there. But
you think so? You think?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's partly its capacity, and that's what Eagle is all about. It's adding capacity to Bitcoin. You see, the Bitcoin serves its purpose. It's slowly transgressing to institutional levels, and it's slowly unreachable for, let's say, people like us. And I just had a complaint from somebody who tried to retrieve Bitcoin from a named exchange, which costed him 10,000 of a Bitcoin. But that is expensive. That's very expensive. So it's 35 euros for one transaction, so to say. So you need, if that has to be 5% of the total value, then you need to transact 1,000 euros or something like that. It's
yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is, and that's
yeah, but that's why Bitcoin becomes not unfit to trade with altcoins. Well, the altcoins, well, when they make this move, they will scale upwards and they will become more expensive, also to transact, of course.
Well, the thing is, if you trade on a platform like you named unnamed, but Bittrex or whatever exchange you can think of, you can of course move out of one coin and go into another without actually paying any transaction fee because it stays on the website.
Oh yes, but when you withdraw, which you should, which you shouldn't use it as a wallet.
I've been predicting at some point when transaction fee goes to €50, we get a how do you call that? Monetary limitation. Oh, I forgot the official word for it.
Yeah. No, I know what you.
Credit control. I believe they call it credit control, and so that you can spend a maximum of like €100 per day. We have seen that in Greece in 2014, 13, I believe, when the system crashed there, and the people. It doesn't matter how much you had in your bank account. You were allowed to take a €50 or 100. I don't remember. It was 50 or 100 per day. So if a Bitcoin transaction at that moment is that amount, you cannot participate anymore. You cannot get in because your daily spending amount is equal to one cost of one Bitcoin transaction.
Yeah, so, but you see that Bitcoin is driving in a specific direction, which we couldn't foresee that well 7 years ago. And it's nice if you have some and they become you become a millionaire, and then it's not that serious to pay €35 transaction fee. But when you want to enter the scene, you have to be you have something. You have to have something to spend. So that's how the perspective changes, and that's also how the perspective of e-Gulden will change. And we certainly need extra layers to make it work, and these are involving also.
Yeah. Okay. So the crypto, or what was it called? The community coin effort is still ongoing.
Certainly.
Took me some time to get it out of my mouth. Sorry for that. I was searching for the words.
No, you have to know when you try to connect two different projects, which are really based on the same technological framework, which is Bitcoin, and you stay compatible. Bridging is not that hard, and one of the first things we need that has been caused by firstly by the Konami delisting, because Konami is a second layer, so to say.
Gerrit, for 1 second,
still,
because
you as a user keep the private key.
You broke up.
But we all were dependent on this central party Konami, and now it's gone. We need to do things ourselves, but the different community coins have the same. They all have the same problem. So and one of the things we were missing was Electrum servers. In e-Gulden, we had an Electrum server in the beginning to serve our Android wallet, but after Konami came, it became dispensable. So now we had to look at the old technology investment, and we set up new Electrum servers, and from that we can rebuild an HD wallet, and we all have the same problems, so we are joining the efforts there.
Yeah. Well, that would be nice. Today, I believe the only mobile wallet is EFL.nl, if I say it correct, which is
That's correct. Yeah.
Which is only available in the Dutch language, although it is translatable with, if you use, for example, a Chrome browser, you can automatically translate all the text. But I will share.
Now
I will share a video.
Behind the scenes. Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Because I know I know your thoughts a bit,
Okay.
so I'm sharing the words out of your mouth maybe. But behind the scenes, we are working hard on also on EFL.nl. Also for the reason of community coins, because it needed to be translated to show it to our colleagues in Japan, for example, Fujicoin.
Mm-hmm.
And just ask them to translate a translation table, and then the EFL.nl becomes Fujicoin.Japan or something like that, and the same functionality will be available over there. But as a partial solution of the total solution, you can, with an hosted wallet, you have inherent extra functionality which you can't easily copy in HD wallets, and with the warning that you don't, you should not depend for major amounts of money. So only use it for convenience, and to play games with it, or to
Raffle away.
What we are working on is geocaching and creating vouchers and um, building directories, for example. That's an important one. Building directories where people can find whatever they need with regards to money exchange, like merchants, but also donation things they want to promote, to donate, marketing issues, things like that. Our friends, the friends of e-Gulden, for example, it's just a map with cities where friends have mentioned they reside, and we create a map which is a directory with all the friends on there. You can see it's starting to grow, and it's where they are, and bringing them together,
And so,
things like that.
is it growing? I haven't looked since the start of the year. We got a couple of new friends.
Yes. We've got a couple of new friends. Maybe that's a good idea why you mentioned it. Maybe you should add the age,
Time of that we are friends.
and the entry. Yeah, something like that. Why not? It's old friends and new friends. It's there's different collections, and you can present them separately. Which are the friends of last year?
I'm going to
Let's give them some EFL.
I'm going to invite the people in the chat, but with the notification that it has been protected. I think. Oh wait, maybe this is not the right. It's meant for Dutch people, so there are some protections. So let's see if people can break it. Eh?
Did you explain that to your audience? Because we're talking English now, and
yeah, well, they know a little bit. I gave a little bit of an introduction, and they have heard of EFL before. So
yeah, but why would you need a country coin? Would you need to isolate yourself from the rest of the world?
But it's not. It's not because it is a global coin. They just speak a language that is all based in a small area of the globe. But you can use it globally.
Yes, but we are isolating ourselves on purpose from people that are English, and that has a reason. And the best example, and I would invite everybody to go and have a look at nationalbitcoins.org. And especially RussianBitcoin.org. It's the nice thing. It is written. Their philosophy is written in Russian, but they express exactly what national Bitcoin is about. And it's when you go to their website and you right mouse click. Translate to English, you've got all these Russian characters are translated into understandable English, and there you find a very nice motivation why you need to isolate apart from cooperate with other communities.
And now tell me, because let's give it, you have read it for us. Can you give us their conclusion?
Their conclusion, well, conclusions are always preliminary. But that sounds strange because a conclusion you expect to find at the end. But we are experimenting. So the real conclusion you find after 100 years. But their preliminary conclusion is they don't want to be on the market. They want to focus on distribution. And Russian Bitcoin, their intention is to use an app which uses proximity as a means to prove that you are in the Russian
State.
environment, in the Russian state. Because when you meet just about the criteria is, I believe it's 100 people, 100 Russian people, then you are eligible for a pre-mine donation. And they use an important pre-mine for this purpose. So they wait with going to the market. They say you shouldn't sell your Russian Bitcoin for less than the price of GDP divided by 21 million. And keep it. And after we've distributed all, then we are setting up markets. And they're deliberately trying to avoid that they get to environments like unnamed or Bittrex or whatever. And proximity, which is geolocation, for example.
It sounds interesting, but I do think once you go to the market, there is no turning back in a way, right? I mean,
No, there is, because once you're delisted and you don't have the funds to list somewhere else, then you're gone. There are quite a few coins that are quite alive, but they don't have any market anymore. Like, well, a crypto escudo is an example. It's an interesting community. They are very isolated because Portuguese is quite a difficult language to speak and to read. Well, it's rather difficult. You can always use Google Translate, of course, but
for them it's difficult to read the English.
And for them, well, that's with the community coins initiative, that's their major handicap. They don't speak English. So that's that makes it difficult by design to communicate and to coordinate. Of course, the core developers do, but I mean, programming is quite international. But no, but they're real motivators. They don't speak English.
Yeah.
And that's that will be the same for the Russian guys. And it's I'm living in France, and I tell you, why don't the French have any are not quite that involved with cryptocurrency? It's because of their language, and that's it's not the only reason, but well, it's one of the reasons.
So let me just ask a question. How do you think to get the Dutch more involved in all this?
Yeah, there are quite a few ways to go, but it all depends on the manpower we have. So we go slowly at the time being, but we do need directories in the first place, and we do need some tools to help them. The first thing, if we can't help them with an HD wallet, there's no, it's not wise to point them to EFL.nl to keep their coins safe. And it's not wise to point to the core wallet to keep the coins safe also, because it's too complicated. For grandma and for people that are not tech savvy. So we need an HD wallet, which is a place to have a mobile environment, and you need to be you have to have a mobile wallet to be able to pay when you're somewhere, anywhere. So I think that's important that we finish that, and once that's at place, and we have a directory environment which will be incorporated in EFL.nl. But if you look at map.efl.nl, you get a glimpse of what I'm talking about. Then we are able to invite people and put them in a specific place and let them meet each other. And after that, we need collaboration tools which are decentralized. So we don't want to depend on Yoshi Hongler Hangout. We need to have more of them. It's if Yoshi gets demotivated, another one or a few others. We need stations, not one station. So which is this directory? It would be also something like Wikipedia, where we collect all information about EFL and where people are free to add their own inspiration to it. So before that, we cannot really continue with campaigns and stuff like that. When we have that, we can. And that might take half a year maybe. I don't know. It all depends on the cooperation we get.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that at some moment, some people are gonna wake up and add some of their time, because in the end, that is the only true currency in a way. So yeah, we'll see. Let me say, Gerrit, that today I'm auctioning a NFT, Honk Honk NFT, or I should say Honk Honk inspired NFT sports card.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you think NFTs will ever happen on the EFL? Would it be something that could maybe spark some artists?
Why would you? I mean, a blockchain is a good environment to host NFTs, but it doesn't need to be EFL. I think a country coin or a community coin should be a payment environment and not a playing environment. Why would you? Well, I think an NFT has some infinity involved. I mean, proof of existence of anything. But it can happen on Ethereum. Why not? And then you see what happens when you misuse a blockchain for such a purpose. It becomes bloated even faster.
Yeah, that's true. It's generating a lot of moves.
No, everybody can add information on the EFL blockchain, and everybody can use the EFL blockchain or misuse it, I think, for NFT. Right now you've got 80 characters per transaction, and that's how you will have to cope with it.
Yeah. All right.
We could expand that, but I don't think I would stimulate it.
All right. Well, we heard it from you again, Gerrit. Do you want to add anything to what we have been saying? We have been talking for 40 minutes.
Already? Okay.
I think something
time
like
flies.
that. I don't know if you have something to add. Yeah. I hope that the EFL will stay on the exchange. I hear some stories about a illiquid, unnamed exchange. I don't know about it. I haven't been looking into it too much, so whatever happens, but I believe it's the only real place to trade EFLs today. I hope some extra might happen.
I think in line with Russian Bitcoin, I think that is not too serious if we disappear from the market for a little time. It will be a little time because new initiatives will arise, but I hope it will be in the line of decentralized exchanges. Not in the sense of decentralized, which we know of through Ethereum, or maybe more in line with solutions like Komodo. I don't know if you heard about it, but if you look at
Komodo.
Komodo.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
Commodore, and then I thought, no, I don't. Komodo, I know it's a crypto coin, quite an old one.
Yeah, the team behind Komodo has since 2014, I believe, but they have quite some experience with cross-chain swaps, and they're presenting an open source wallet, a multi-currency wallet, an HD wallet, to perform cross-chain swaps. It's beta, so it doesn't work that fluent, but that's the real idea. We don't want Bitrexes and unnamed exchanges. When I say we don't, I'm speaking for myself, of course, but I mean these are centralized places which are entirely encapsulated by the authorities. Authorities is a good thing, I mean, but not for the purpose of cryptocurrency.
What about wrapped coins then? And you launch them on various different chains. For example, a wrapped EFL.
Yeah, okay, that's well, that's an entirely different matter. I think you should keep in mind the written in stone aspect of Bitcoin. Things when you stick to that, I think in combination with let's say 1,000 parallel chains, that is sufficient to get where we want to get.
Please be more specific about the golden rule, so that everybody knows which rule that is according to you.
21 million pieces with unvariable distribution algorithm. So and that's when you let's say I just explained to somebody we have 21 million EFL, which is one EFL per person in Holland, and 100 million Satoshi behind the Mantis. So that's where we should be able to work with, which is an expression of rareness, which is a mathematical translation of the fact that things are finite on this world, and I think that's a perfect model to adopt, and to
let's see
to reach a better world.
Let's see what happens this year. In the meantime, I welcome On Junior. Welcome On. I hope I say it right in this way. Yeah, let's hope that I think from my head it's somewhere around 500, 400 friends now in 7 years. So that is 50 per year. So let's try and make it 500 this year and double it. And
yeah, we need campaigns for that. So whenever you're talking about EFL, just point them to EFL e-Gulden.org/friends.
Yeah, I just did. I posted.
Should make a page of that, and then because it's also kind of nice to address people personally, and to get that's one of the reasons we got our most important contributors right now, and that's the way to get them and to motivate them. That's one of the disadvantages of a hangout like this. You can't address. It's difficult to address people personally. Is meager. And if you're able to explain person to person what this is all about, that's an ideal situation. So,
yeah, of course.
and that
For
goes.
me,
That's a slow process.
The challenge is that I am not in Netherlands, so yeah. But okay.
Yeah.
Let's. It's €1 million. I believe at the moment that people can make. It depends on the price, because on the less stick it's more like 50,000. But at least it's some kind of money. I think at some point people will wake up to it. So I'll keep my hopes up. There's, like you say, only 21 million units and almost 21 million Dutch people that each make €1,000 on average per month. Let's say a minimum. So at some point it will go. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, just be happy with, let's say, 10 or maybe 100 EFL, and stick to that.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give away 1,000 today, Gerrit. I'm going to give away 1,000 today, so somebody's going to be able to win.
You should. Now, okay, but let him play with it and divide it 20 times.
Yeah, of course.
50 times.
Yeah, yeah, we will see where they will go. I don't know. How can I get in the giveaways as the newest member on Junior? I will get to that in a second on. I personally, I don't know. I still don't know yet myself how I'm going to give it away, because I only thought of making a stream yesterday. So, but we will give away some prize, because today is the 7-year anniversary of EFL. So that is our celebration, the reason of our stream today. We spoke in the last hour with Gerrit. I don't know if anybody has a question for him. This is your moment to ask. We are about to get to the end of the conversation. Like I say, Gerrit, I think I have said the most. I'm still a little bit worried about your comments about the Russian version of Bitcoin, but we will see how that evolves. And
it's just an example and an effort to experiment.
Yeah, I understand. I think at some point, if you hit the market, you shouldn't retrace from it. But we still got a listing happening, so we will see. We will see how it goes. Yeah, for me, this is it.
Okay.
I don't see any questions from the people, so I'm gonna thank you for your presence, Gerrit. We will see. We will see. I will make the final comment, maybe, that I always believe that a rising price is the best marketing tool you can get, and maybe this is the right moment to get some attention through that. But who knows? Who knows? I do believe there is a bigger sell order at the moment in the EFL market, so we will see how that evolves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slowly, it's being swallowed by the market.
Oh, we have one. We have one question. We have one question. Do you have any comment on Len Sassaman being Satoshi Nakamoto?
I think the story of Satoshi, as it always was, is a nice story, and the way it should be. And of course, it's people like be able to look upwards to kings and pharaohs, but let's put more value to yourself and to grassroots people, and don't call them names. Just appreciate what we all are, which is human beings. And if he ever has been Len Sussman, he's now after 10 years or 13 years, he's a different person than he was 13 years ago. A lot older, huh?
That's true. And now the questions start to hit, Gerrit. You want to have another one?
Yeah,
we got
okay.
here Rana Rocks Gamer asks, do you think Bitcoin Cash will be a second position cryptocurrency in the upcoming future? A Bitcoin Cash related question. I think the person is somewhat emotional towards Bitcoin Cash in a way.
Okay, I think it could be, but you should not look at CoinMarketCap. I think you should look at, you should divide this entire directory into different asset classes. And if you remove, let's say, the Ethereum type of coins and their derivatives, and you get to, from my perspective, for example, to community coins, then I think Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash have the role of the global extensions of Bitcoin, being the global extensions, which will receive, once Bitcoin becomes too difficult to handle, too bloated, will become the second level of cryptocurrencies, and Bitcoin Cash could excel there because they're building nice tools, second level tools around that coin. They shouldn't stuff too much into the protocol itself. I think they're doing that through Mimo. Why don't you make a higher level tool from that? But all right, they will attract a lot of attention that way. On the third level, let's say first level is Bitcoin itself, second level will be Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, and maybe Bitcoin Cash maybe second place. Then the individual community coins, which are really directed to specific isolated communities. And yeah, I think it's could be well possible.
Could be well possible. Well, that's here you have it, Rana Rockstar. We will see. It has to show. I believe today the price of a Bitcoin Cash, although we're not looking at CoinMarketCap, but we are on a all-time low, I believe, in Satoshi value. So also here, buy the dip. Yeah, no new questions. Gerrit, I want to thank you a lot for joining us today on the 7-year anniversary of EFL. Let's see what the next 7 years will bring. Right, I wish you best of luck, and let's stay in touch. In case you have anything to announce, I would always like to hear. So,
of course, you know how to find me, huh? Vice versa.
Yeah. Will do.
All right.
Same
to you, Yoshi.
Gerrit, thank you.